Alright, finally we have the Star Wars Black Series speeder bike here in Australia. I can't believe it. I've been waiting for this for so long. We've got this now in our shop, and of course if you live in Australia you need to go to
Adelaidetoys.com.au, Australia's action figure and import specialist. Hit the link in the description. Like, comment and subscribe. Yeah!
So we got this and the Jabba. All in all, the packaging and everything looks nice. Okay, once you've got one package, you've got them all. Obviously, you've got the new speeder bike. You've got the Speeder Scout Trooper up there. Star Wars Black Series. It's a nice new deluxe box. Okay, on the back, it's got Star Wars. Got a good picture of him, and of course, if you check it out, we've got the Endor bunker here. And so, why would we not do this review in front of our very own Endor bunker? So let's crack him open and let's get into this review. Alright, first impressions out of the box of the speeder bike with Biker Scout. I knew when I seen that they were releasing this figure that I wondered how they were going to get the Biker Scout to sit on the speeder bike without him looking weird. I think they've done a pretty good job. The articulation on him does look quite nice. Of course he does look a bit, a bit dicky with his legs bowed out. I'm still trying to work on getting him sitting on there really nice. But all in all, I gotta say that if you aren't collecting these Star Wars Black Series figures, then, well, you're just not collecting action figures, in my opinion. These figures so far, as an all-round set and release so far, in my opinion, have got to be some of the best stuff Hasbro's ever done. We've got Marvel Legends and good stuff like that, but I'm a big Star Wars fan, and these Black Series are just really topping it off for me. I can't get enough of them, and they're just, the overall quality is just, it's almost like you wouldn't believe that Hasbro would be able to do it to this type of standard. But hey, look, they're doing pretty good so far. So look, we can see all the details on the speeder bike. I remember on the old speeder bike, if you collected the old vintage series, you used to be able to press this little pouch here and it used to explode the bike. I also wondered if that was going to happen as well, but obviously not. It's got the little pouch there for details. It's got all the details, 6-inch scales where it's at for details, really. You get a nice stand to stick the biker on, and just look at the overall figure. It's amazing. So let's get into some real detail with the figure and we'll wrap this review up. Alright, so the speeder bike, up close and personal, looks really, really nice. You obviously get this stand here that pegs under the bottom of the speeder bike. Okay, it pegs under the bottom of the speeder bike just there, so that you can stand the speeder bike up, and it gives it, the illusion of floating in mid-air. What I will happen to mention is that I would have liked it if there was a little stand here, because if you remember in the movie, the speeder bike obviously doesn't sit there and float. It kind of sits on these feet, and it has quite like a little stand that it sits on. But I mean, that's not gonna be the end or all for this speeder bike for me. As far as detail goes, it's got all the switches and buttons that you see in the movie. Okay, it's got nice details there. It's got some dry brushing and battle damage all around the armor of the speeder bike, which is really, really nice. It's got like a plastic look there for the seat. It's got a little gun here that's on a bit of a swivel. Okay, so that's quite nice, and again, it's got some nice paint details, more paint detail there under the armor of the speeder bike. All in all, it's really, really, really nice. I think. All in all, there's only a few colours that need to be used for the speeder bike, but I think they've done quite a nice job, even with the detail on the back of the speeder. Like, they didn't have to go to all that trouble, but they have. So big props to Hasbro for that. So it looks like you've got like a bit of an engine there. These flaps kind of move up. It all looks really, really nice. Good detail, good paint. engine, you know, it's all good. I'm really rating it so far. Let's get on with the Scout and see what he looks like. So our Scout, what do you guys think? You know, you don't need to ask me. I think this overall figure, as far as a speeder bike and the biker Scout, is just a must-have. The Scout looks amazing for detail. He's got all his belts. He's got a little backpack. Oh, not a backpack, sorry. He's got a little pack here. He's got little straps everywhere. I mean, look, the detail's not crazy as far as paint and things like that, but there's detail being put in, is what I like. And it's the detail that you need. He's got all these different armor plating. He's got nice dry brushing of some brown dirt to, you know, obviously he's a Scout, he's out in indoor, so, you know, he's going to be getting dirty. I love the head sculpt, you know, it's got really nice detail on the, especially on the nose of the Scout. You can see it, they've really paid attention to detail just here. And overall, I think it's really nice. Just be careful, guys, because that is a bit flimsy. So make sure when you get your Scout, definitely check the pack and make sure that hasn't been bent or anything like that. Okay, it's got some more pouches here. They're a little bit different of a colour. He's got a little bit of waist swivel. Okay. We'll go over some articulation pretty quickly here. We've got the head can go down that far. Head can go back that far and obviously can swivel. It's on a ball joint, so it can pop off as well. We've got the shoulder joint that can spin all the way around, which is nice because he does want to hold on to them handlebars. We have double jointed elbows, and I like how he can get his hand all the way up there. That's awesome. The legs, correct me if I'm wrong, but they remind me of, say, like a Marvel Legends Punisher. But either way, you've got like a bit of a, you know, you're a bit restricted because of this armor, but you can get the leg all the way up, which is what you need him to get him onto his speeder bike. You've got double jointed knees, and you've also got like a shin or boot pivot there. Of course, you've got your foot articulation on a pivot, and it's also on that swivel. Okay, so a bit of a ball joint there. So all in all, really rating this figure, really rating the set. I will mention that this little gun here. Alright, so here's a gripe. This gun, that's not to scale. So I'm not really happy about that. It looks like a little gun that you'd pull out of a female's purse, but you know, that's a bit disappointing. The amount of you know, detail that they've gone to the figure, and then they make a little gun this size. It's definitely not that size. Okay, but yeah. You know, other than that, the figure is amazing, and so is the speeder bike. So let's get some shots done, and we'll finish up the review. I just want to mention that I've got the Scout sitting on the bike pretty nicely now as well. So you can actually get him sitting down pretty damn nicely. So I'm pretty happy with how the entire figure looks, and the overall package for price and what you get. Damn good, definitely worth picking up. And of course, if you live in Australia, definitely check out our store, 808toys.com.au, for your action figures in Australia, and definitely hit all the links in the description below for our store and for some pre-orders. Alright guys, I'll see you on another review.